Hey everybody, welcome into another episode of Can I Steal You for a Second? As always, I'm here with Shea Corrigan, Dustin Kendrick. We are finally done. We made the finale.
We made it, guys.
We survived Peter's season.
Tears, blood, sweat, and confusion.
And confusion. I think it was mostly confusion.
It was
like
a
lot of
touch
confusion.
I'm still confused.
I'm a little confused too.
I don't really know what
Did anyone get closure tonight?
I didn't get closure. Peter didn't get closure. Hannah
Barb
Ann.
certainly didn't get closure.
I feel
Barb,
like Kenny got some closure.
Oh yeah.
she did say her piece. You're
She
right.
said her piece, and through this whole thing, she's really immature. She's really mature for her age. Like she womaned up.
She did.
She womaned up.
Well,
This whole thing, she's womaned up.
she has, and I think week one, everyone was kind of villainizing her for like
Everyone.
being like, "Hey, can I talk to you?" The whole champagne nonsense. But she
Not
has
her fault.
proven to us time and time again she lives her truth.
She was
and she goes out there and
consistent.
she makes it happen, and I
was
really
realistic.
respect
If
her.
she wasn't so young, that would have been your Bachelorette this year.
Yes. Okay,
That's
we're
what
jumping
I-
the gun here, but
Yeah, I was gonna say I was all in. I don't even think the age, besides the fact that they seem to like consciously want to go for an older Bachelorette this year. She seemed like and she even got her whole arc felt like it should have ended in her being announced as the Bachelorette. So let's unpack that arc.
I think it's not over for her. I think it could possibly be something for her down the road.
Oh yeah,
we got
she is
time.
not done with the Bachelor franchise.
No.
And I, for one, am thrilled by that.
We have not seen the last of her. So I don't want to get too in the weeds with the recap here, but it was a 2-night special. So we had 4 hours of Bachelor chaos. And it all started, I think, we were really excited and looking forward to who was Barb crying over.
Yeah.
And we
man.
took bets, and Shea played back the
did.
tape today.
Yeah, and we're going to actually play it just right now. We've got the sort of recording for you all to hear because people were doubting, and by people I mean Dustin and Ashley were doubting their bets, and I was like, no, we were all wrong. So we're going to very quickly play the tape.
Is everything okay?
Who are you talking about, Miss Weber? Who are you talking
Oh,
about?
what's going on over there? In the back of my head, I want like a plot twist and something scandalous that we just didn't see coming. But
They
I'm going
keep
Madison.
promising.
We'll make a bet. I'm just going to do the opposite bet what you guys do. I honestly don't know, but let's make a bet.
Oh, you
Can
go
we
first.
even come up with 3 options?
No, I'm-
Okay, let's do 3. Let's do 3. Okay.
If we come up with 3, I will get in on this. But right now, I feel like we only
Wait,
have one.
So, Madison, Hannah Ann. Are we going to put Victoria in there?
No.
Hannah Brown?
Are we saying who wins or who she's crying over?
Who she's crying over?
Okay. She's not crying over Victoria.
Yeah.
You're
No.
Right. You're right.
No.
You're right.
Let's be real for a second.
You're right.
I also feel like it's incredibly unlikely she's crying over Hannah Ann because, again, there's no drama there.
True.
I mean, if one of you want to take that as your pick,
No.
fine. But
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not.
right?
I'm not taking a shot over a guaranteed loss.
I'll take that.
What?
I'm taking the opposite of you guys.
That's
you guys
so
said
fun.
you guys don't want to take
Be an
that.
independent thinker. Okay, so we got Hannah Brown.
Yeah,
we
let's, like,
got
still brainstorm
Madison
names.
here. Mm-hmm. And then the third one's a wild card, which I think you should contribute personally. But
I'll say Julie.
Julie, okay.
Really? All right.
Love
Since
it.
you guys love that conspiracy theory. last time.
It's what it is. Hear me out here. Hear
I'll
me
take
out here.
Julie.
All right. So as you can hear, Dustin and Ashley both mentioned Hannah Ann and then talked themselves into Julie the producer. You went with Madison, I think.
Apparently, that's what the tape says. Yeah.
So we were all wrong.
Whatever. Let's just, you know what? Let's just get this over with.
Yeah, but we were all people of our words.
So we're taking little itty bitty shots. We don't have shot glasses here
This
at
is
the office,
a
apparently.
workspace.
Espresso shots.
But these are little espresso cups. And as Dustin pours out the tequila, Barb was crying about Hannah Ann, which I don't think anyone saw coming.
No.
I didn't. I thought it was, honestly, deep down, I thought it was going to be Madison because she already met Madison.
Right.
And
She
they-
already met Madison, and I thought it was kind
And
of
Madison
ironic.
seemed like on brand for the family.
Yes, like wholesome family fun.
But very much not as it
Very
turned out.
much not the case. Okay.
All right, guys.
Well, we said it was going to be a shot of Malort.
Yeah.
So this
didn't
is kind
have
of a
Malort.
treat that it's tequila.
It is.
In my humble
It is.
opinion.
Yeah, I will take credit for that by not being here last week because I feel like I was able to get us out of that. But I'm like, I didn't agree to it. Though who knows
man,
what I
I
would have
smell
agreed
it from here.
to.
We should do this every time.
On camera.
Every night.
Okay.
Shots for every
Shots.
What are
episode.
you cheersing to, guys? To
I mean, we only have
Peter and
Peter
and Hannah.
To Peter.
No, not
Wait.
to Madison.
What? You said Hannah.
Maybe just to Hannah Ann generally and her continued
Let's
success.
just cheers to love.
To love.
that's cute.
That's gross. Okay.
Confusion, love, blood, sweat, tears. Horny.
I agree. We got some comments here in the background from the
We
Peanut
did have
Gallery.
some. We did have some comments, didn't we?
Oh my God. So apparently
All right.
people on Facebook are agreeing with my Freudian slip there that Peter should be with Hannah Ann still.
He absolutely should
Tequila's
have.
kicking in on Shea's flag. She's cut off.
Whoops.
Wow, a delicious little treat there. So again, we'll flash back till Monday. I don't want to get too in the weeds, but there was something that I took away from this finale, which I thought was a little bit of irony, is that Barb, who became the star of the finale, Peter's mom,
She was the star of the
she
finale.
was the star of the finale.
The face
We had,
of
like,
the
the Barb
finale.
cam in
They
the
were
bottom of
all
the
on her
screen.
face. They were waiting for her facial expressions the whole time.
Okay, we're jumping the gun here.
Yes, we
I'm
have
all
a
over
lot
the
of
place. Wait,
points.
this is fresh. We gotta unpack it. But what I was gonna say is that for the first night on Monday night, she was like, basically Madison and her, religion or her how she lives her life just felt different from Peter. And blah, 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 blah. And then she was like, God came to me.
Yeah.
And Hannah Ann is the woman you need to be with. And it just felt very conflicting for me. And that's when my confusion started.
So Hannah Ann killed her date with the parents. Like she rolled in. There was no drama, so there's not a lot to say about it. But she charmed them. They loved her. They could see that she loved Peter. Peter loved her. Aces, wonderful. And then there's the Madison of it all, which we'll get to in a bit. And then he circles back to Hannah. And what I want to know, because I feel like I saw this conversation happening a couple places, and then Hannah Ann herself brings it up on After the Final Rose. Should Peter have been upfront with her about Madison leaving the show?
I can't believe you're hesitating. Yes, he should have been up front.
Who is
Look who it is. A special guest on the pod.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Guys, oh my God, yeah, take the mic.
Take the
Welcome
mic.
to Can I Steal You for a
Get
Second?
the pressure off. Take the pressure off me.
Can I steal your mic for a second, bro?
Y'all recognize this
Still
voice?
the mic. Still the mic for a
Steal the
second.
mic.
Steal the
That's
mic,
a
Mike.
segment. Steal the mic. Get
Steal
it?
the mic,
go.
Mike.
Oh, to call you.
Yes. Okay, brand it.
I'm trademarking that. Make sure you write it down.
All yours.
I got you, bro. I think that 100% Peter should have told her
Yep.
the way he did. 100%.
The way he did?
Quicker.
Okay.
Quicker.
Okay.
Like, should have
Whoa.
came out the gate with it like, hey, this is what, and that's my homie all day, of course, but, you looking for your wife, so you got to have effective communication fluidly throughout.
Yeah. Also, what I like too with Hannah Ann.
That was Steal the Mic, Mike.
Still the
Thank you.
mic moment. I liked how Hannah Ann also brought up that Peter should have been more just fluid with his feelings with both of them. Like he should have opened up to Hannah Ann and told her like how he was feeling about Madison and just his hard times that he was going with. And
I disagree.
You don't think
I'm
so?
gonna call you out right here. Yeah.
But that's what she said she wanted. Like you kind of just.
I think it's one thing to be like, hey, I'm not sure if you're the woman I want to marry, but it's not fair to bring the other woman into your relationship. Like, I know it's a weird situation because you're dating two people, but it's like, okay, if Shea and I are dating here, it's not fair to be
Each
like,
other
to dump,
or a shared person?
No, like, hypothetically, whatever. Let's be fluid here for a hot sec. So, like, we're dating and, like, Dustin's in the mix. It's one thing for me to be like, Shea, I, love our relationship, but I'm not sure if I'm there yet.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother thing to be like, I'm not sure I'm there yet because I'm still into this guy, Dustin.
Well,
that's where I
see what you're
disagree.
saying, but maybe just talking about his struggles. Like, hey, I'm really struggling. I'm trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
Like, just like being more open about that.
He's too nice of a guy. That's his problem.
He's a nice guy.
But is in being nice where he isn't so nice. Like, being gentle and not as transparent or honest as we just talked about, does that make him a nice guy? I don't think so. I think it's shady.
You think he was trying to be shady?
I don't think his intention was not to be shady, but that doesn't matter if
just
that's
turned
how
out
it's,
shady?
taken. He needs to buck up a little bit.
Maybe.
You can say, not maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Well, the thing is with this, like, we haven't been through this experience. So it's so
nice.
I'm just saying, none of us have been in this experience where I've never been in love with two women at the same time. Have any?
Ever?
At the same time?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Ever. Not ever. Never in my life. Like, have
Okay.
you been in love with two guys before?
No.
No, but there's also like being into
So-
two people at the same time versus being on the verge of proposing to two people.
That's a
But two
problem. That's what we would identify as a problem.
You know what? This show is just weird. The Bachelor, it's just weird. It's just a weird situation, and it tugs at those heartstrings.
Yeah.
and you're just gonna get a lot of different flavors of it.
Yeah, and so I'm hoping by the time you listen to this podcast, or if you're streaming with us now, you've seen the finale, you know how it goes. Here's the short version. Peter tells Shea, take it away. I don't even know what happened.
Shea's good at this.
Short version. Too long to read.
I've got the bullet points.
Okay.
So Madison, disastrous date meeting the parents. She kind of really like gets it that, or the message resonates that she doesn't feel like they're compatible. Like she gets that their lifestyle seems at odds with each other. So she dumps Peter in Australia. Peter, super sad about it, but carries on with Hannah Ann. Ultimately ends up proposing to Hannah Ann. She accepts. Now we're in California. He goes and visits her in like one of like the safe houses or whatever they do when they date when the show is not yet aired. And they have a conversation that isn't really a breakup, but it's basically a breakup. And then I think they like do actually break up on after the final rose, if I remember correctly. Meanwhile, Chris Harrison had taken the liberty of going to Alabama to talk to Madison and convince Madison to come to California to meet with Peter to talk about their feelings, which was a surprise to Peter. And then they also chat on after the final rose. Barb says her piece, which we'll get to in a bit, but we conclude with Peter and Madison deciding to take it day by day because they're still very much in love with each other. But I mean, we all saw the season.
Thank you for the spark notes.
I think that's
That was
it.
wonderful.
I think that's it.
Well, because it was a lot of back and forth, and it was kind of hard to keep up.
A lot of travel, too.
A lot of travel, but what you brought up is that Chris Harrison, again, let's pretend that we're not cynics and all this television stuff is very real.
Try.
Let's not be cynical. Let's just pretend it's very real. None of it is the producers. So Chris Harrison has this wonderful idea to go down to Alabama and surprise Madison. Be like, hey, the engagement didn't work out. You still interested? She's like, yeah, let's go.
I need you to know
And
Peter's
she shows
single
up in
now.
LA and surprises Peter. Was that weird of Chris Harrison to just like insert himself in this relationship?
It's weird because, like, are he and Peter boys? Like, of all the people to take it upon themselves to go contact Peter.
Is it weird? Maybe? Are we surprised? No.
Okay, we're not being cynical. If this was an organic situation.
It's even hard to think of it like that. Oh, man.
Okay, what about it? What if it was you? Like, what if you were in California with Peter, knew the whole story? Would you go to Alabama and talk to Madison?
No, I would let it be.
Right? Like, I don't know. I also just feel like it's 2020. Like, you have their number. You can message it, like, DM them on Instagram. Like, it just felt like a weird Bachelor situation. Like, again, here I go being a cynic. I said we weren't going to do that. But it just felt so fake. Chris Harrison rolls up, and then they're in LA, and she surprises him. And
He's like standing in a parking lot and just like looks over his
yeah,
shoulder.
he was like, oh, hello.
Who's looking over the pool?
It's you.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he was surprised. I'm sure he didn't know that was happening.
I'm sorry. I'm not just, like, standing in a backyard.
Well, he said that he was waiting to meet Chris Harrison.
No, I guarantee they were probably like, the producers like, okay, we're going to shoot some B-roll. You know, you're single now, so we're going to shoot some B-roll. And that's B-roll, and that is where they just
Okay.
film you contemplating, like just thinking.
Yeah,
So
they're like, look sad out at, like, the distance.
yeah, they probably
over the
told him we were
horizon.
going to finish up some filming, and bam.
There she goes.
There she goes. Because,
There
I
she
mean,
is.
they're definitely going to want an organic, surprise, like, face when they do this. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So the best part of The Bachelor is that everyone, Madison, Hannah Ann, our girl Barb, Peter, they're all watching this unfold in the, like, live finale.
Yeah.
oh, Lord.
So,
Oh, yeah, Barb cam, as you were saying before.
yeah. So Barb, Peter's mom, love her. She has kind of, like, stolen this finale because she is so reactive and emotional and invested in her son's situation. And she made it very clear, very abundantly clear that Hannah Ann was her choice for Peter to propose to. And as it didn't work out, they had a little camera in the bottom of the screen where she's making faces and rolling her eyes and clearly upset.
Very, very expressive.
Very expressive.
Very
I want you guys to
expressive.
step into Peter's shoes for a moment. What would your reaction be to your mom behaving like that on live national television? Was she out of line?
You guys asking me?
Take it away,
Go
either one of
ahead.
you.
I don't, Peter is a grown man. He makes his own choices and whatnot. I feel like Madison, according to Barb, crossed her. Like kind of just,
She made her wait 3 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. Like, she just left a bitter taste in her mouth
But
about it.
Barb's a grown, adult, very adult woman. And Madison's 22, 23 years old. Like, I don't know. To pick enemies like that.
Well, we all don't know what happened, though, for her to get like that. Like, we heard a little bit of Barb's story. Waited 3 hours. Madison didn't want to meet the family, this and that. So we don't know necessarily what happened. We just see that Barb's just upset with Madison, for some reason. Maybe she spoke out a little bit too much. Not my place to jump in and say yes or no. I think
is your place. That's why you're on the podcast.
I think Barb's a great woman. I met her. She's very. She loves Peter. That's her baby boy. And like any mother, I think any mother would actually want to protect their son.
Yeah. And she said that.
I think that's what. And this comes with like the evergreen caveat of like not knowing what I would do in that situation or being on camera that much, and like I can very much imagine saying like, oh, I'm going to keep my emotions in check, and then getting like a little worked up. But I would think like she does love her son and she does want to protect him, and she knows she's being filmed, and at that point he hadn't picked someone. So your potential daughter-in-law is seeing that, and you are putting like your family and your son's sort of like happiness and cordial whatever at risk because you want to say your piece on TV. And I genuinely believe the entire Weber family like has the best intentions, but it's coming off real rough in this, where it's like they like love each other and love their family, but like the way that it was, I don't know. And then the fact that she wouldn't let it go on after the final rose, and she kept laying into Madison when it was clear that that's who in that moment like Peter wanted to be with, felt really, I don't know, very frustrating in the sense that like you do love your son, so like let him, and like he's not getting engaged, that should be the win here. Like let him sort of like make his own mistakes or like live his life. And I don't know, I think even on like a friend scale, like we've all been the place where like someone that's dating someone and you're like, ee, but you don't go on national television to lay into them. You wait till they break up and then you're like, you made the right call.
I'm sure me meeting Barb, I'm sure if Peter and Madison continue to go on with this relationship, Barb will warm up to her for sure. I think this is all what happened is so fresh and so new that it's bringing up so much emotion and making everyone just be more expressive.
Yeah.
But if Peter and Madison continue, Barb will open up, and there's no doubt about it. But I just think right now everything's so fresh and so right there in the face, like, I don't know. That's my input.
Have you guys ever dated someone and found yourself dealing with a Barb, if you will? Like
moms love me. I can't. Shit.
No, I'm pretty good with parents.
Never had that issue. Shit.
At least if it was, then it was a Barb who, kept it to herself better.
Yeah. Don't be so confident. Maybe they were just a little more reserved. With their
they fed me. They said, "Do you want anything else to eat?"
They fed you. That's the reason they liked you.
Mom cook for me. Oh my God, moms love me. I'm telling you, moms love me.
If you were the mom of someone Dustin dated and you actually hated him, shoot us a DM. We need to know.
Moms aren't DMing.
DM.
Send us an email.
Send us an email.
Send me a postcard.
A letter.
Call this hotline. So, Barb kind of stole the show with her reactions. I think there's a mixed crowd of whether she was out of line or like it was too much. But at the end of the day, it was great TV. And we all know that's how I feel about The Bachelor.
They played it up like that too. They kept the cameras on her. They knew like.
But was Peter even there? I felt like it was the Barb show. Like all of the women stole this show. So whatever. And she did come for Madison. Like they kind of swapped words.
Not saying they didn't. What about Mr. Weber? He was like...
Mr. Weber and his like leather blazer jacket he had going on. What was up with that?
Hey, what's wrong with that?
He just has a look, man.
He's a pilot.
That is not what my pilots wear. I don't know what airline you're flying. They're not in leather
That's
blazers.
Swag.
He looks like a good time.
Pilots wear leather jackets.
What? Is that like a known thing? Shea, back me up or correct me.
It's like Top Gun. Like pilots are known for wearing like leather jackets.
Commercial airline.
Don't they wear bomber jackets?
Yes.
Those aren't leather jackets.
Bombers can be leather. I
Yeah,
think
some
the
can
pilot
be
is like a
leather.
brown.
But he wasn't wearing if he had been wearing a leather bomber, I think that would have been fine. He's maybe a little old for a leather bomber, but also.
I think you look
the
great,
same.
Mr. Weber. I think you look great.
Dustin, this is why parents love you. Just suck up to them the whole time.
Hey,
Just
don't hate
compliment their fashion choices.
Whatever.
Don't hate the
So-
player, hate the game.
Yeah, okay. So I think, everyone wants this to be this like perfect fairy tale, like ends in an engagement. And there was no closure with how this ended. Peter's mom, Barb, had some words. Madison kind of like defended herself. And then they just ended, they're like, yeah, we're going to take it day by day.
Yeah.
And they're like, great, we're going to bring out our next bachelorette,
I
Claire.
know, right out of time. I think it was funny. Hunter said that they should have the families meet.
Oh my God. Okay, so of course we were talking about this, and I saw some of this on Twitter as well. It's clear the families aren't thrilled with the significant others.
They're both not, yeah.
I want to see like Thanksgiving dinner, like a
Oh
meeting
my
of the
gosh.
families. I don't know if we'll make it to November because it's only March.
That
but
would be great.
maybe a little like cookout like in June once the weather's nicer.
That would be so great.
Well, they're not. Peter's in LA, Madison's in Alabama. Let's do this next week. I would watch this in a heartbeat.
Memorial Day weekend
All right,
coming up.
book
Fill
it.
that airtime before Listen to Your Heart starts.
Yes.
Gotta do something on Monday nights.
I know.
When does that start?
April 13th.
I'm actually really excited for this. I don't
So
know about you
am
guys. Like I love like this is like a mixture of Bachelor and American Idol. Like I'm for this.
I get increasingly into it with every promo that they play, and it's gonna disappoint
Listen
me.
to
I
your
know it is.
heart when it's calling for you.
When's the last time we had a podcast where you didn't sing "Listen to Your Heart"?
But he only sings those 3 lines.
I know
and then
that's
he's
it.
like, shit,
I
don't
barely
the
even
rest
know
of the
those words.
So we have a question in the comments that I think we would be remiss not to have a gentle discussion on. Sure. But they early on in the finale tonight, they flashed to Kelley in the crowd a couple times.
I did see that, Kelley.
Mhm. Kelley, who was a fan favorite and not at the Women Tell All.
People were so upset at that.
Okay, so what the heck? Like, they teased us with her being in the crowd tonight, and that was it. Like, she was just some random on the street that won tickets. They flashed to her the same way they flashed to, someone and their mother just sitting there in the crowd.
Yeah.
But it's Kelley.
Yeah, that was awkward, right? That was kind of weird.
It was weird.
Like, why wasn't she at the Women Tell All? But hey, it's like they're like, here, hey, it's
Hey.
okay. We got it. We know, guys. Should be quiet.
I have some questions, Kelley.
It
And I
seemed
know
like
you're
a-
local, so
Let's get Kelley on here.
Yeah, Kelley, come on the pod.
Should we call her right now?
do you think she'll answer? Is she like out in LA?
I have no idea.
It's early, right? In
Right?
LA, it's
It's-
only 8 p.m. 8 p.m. LA time. Watching that stuff go down. So I just thought that was weird. She was a fan favorite. She was someone that everyone was really disappointed about not getting into. I'm like, our producer behind me is adjusting the camera.
I think I was off on the
I know, it scared me. I thought it was Mike. It's like, please
Just
don't
creep
creep up on
behind.
me like that. So Kelley was there, and I think everyone had a little bit of them that was like, maybe she'll have something on, but
I
no.
think it was. I mean, this seems like the obvious and cynical answer is that they were trying to do a little makeup. Like they realized they messed up not inviting her to the Women Tell All. I think they realized they'd been getting like maybe a little bad
Backlash.
press backlash from like the perceived edit when I feel like a lot of fans thought that they were giving her a harsher edit than she deserved. So it was a little,
the realest
treat or
girl of the
token
show
to,
is not
like-
allowed to come. Yeah.
yeah, like we'll bring her back, or at least we'll give, a symbolic nod that like she's still part of the family.
She got 2 seconds on there. Literally, that's it.
here you go. Everything
She's
evens out.
alive.
But she also got a trip from Chicago to LA in this weather, so
That's true.
weekend in LA.
We love Kelley.
We do
I'm a
indeed.
big fan of Kelley. Okay, I want to circle back a little more. I know I'm hung up on Barb, but it was kind of all that happened on this finale here. How much should someone's family have in the relationship? I think there are a lot of people who are lucky to have family that they look to for advice.
Yeah.
But I think that the Webbers, that was more than advice. And I get it. This is The Bachelor. It's a different situation. But they were very involved in his decision making. And I felt like it caused tension not only in Peter's relationships, but within the Webber family itself. So do you think that a family should have that much say in a new relationship that's trying to sort its way out?
I think you for sure want to go for just, to hear some words out. But honestly, I think it has nothing to do with the family. In my opinion, if you love someone, you go for it. Your family loves them or not, you just got to go for it. I think it's, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. To have your family that's supportive with your significant other gosh, I'm lost for words. Anyways,
That's the podcast.
I'm
Thanks
tired.
for listening.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's late. We're emotional. It's been a long season. We're
I know.
emotionally drained.
But it's a privilege. Oh, not privilege, but I'm going along those lines. But it's not needed in a relationship for your family to be supportive in that relationship.
Okay.
You two are your own. You guys are gonna start your own family. But it's always nice when you do have support from the family. But it's not necessarily needed.
Is there anyone in your life that if they said, "Hey, man, like absolutely not, like run from this," that you would take that to heart?
Nope.
Wow. Shea, anyone in your life?
Yeah, I don't think I would. I think Peter's family and his mom in particular went a little too far, but my bigger problem was with her delivery and how like hard and fast and aggressive she came in with it. Mm-hmm. Where I think your family, and I would say your close friends as well, like they do know you very well and they do have an outside perspective. So I think their ability to point out to Peter certain things like, hey, like these are the things like outside the world of The Bachelor, these are like your hobbies, these are the things you like to do, and these are the things she likes to do. Have you thought about how they will be compatible? So I think if someone came to me and was like, hey, this person, like, I don't know if you've noticed this, but this person and all of their values or their hobbies are kind of at odds with yours, I would take it to heart. I think the aggression and I think Peter was also fair to respond the way he did, where it's like if someone came to me and was like, you absolutely should not be with this person, I'd probably like dig in on like, well, screw you, I'm in love, like leave me alone. So I don't know. I think family and friends should have not have a say, but should be able to say.
They can have an opinion.
Yeah, and share their opinion. But they shouldn't be, as no one should, in the business of like ultimatums or directives.
No.
Imperatives.
And again, I'm sorry you're getting ready to go, but
I don't know.
you have
Take
to
it
learn
away.
from your experiences. Like, okay, say if you do listen to your family, you're always going to have that what if in the back of your head, like, I have to find this out for myself.
Yeah.
So regardless if it's the right choice or wrong choice, it is the right choice if it's your choice because you're learning from this, even if it's the bad choice. Mm-hmm. And that's how we get through life. We make mistakes, we learn from it, we grow. And as much as family wants to protect us and lead us from those heartaches actually make us better. And that's my 2 cents.
That was great advice. That's
That
wonderful.
was kind of good, wasn't it?
Good, right? You're like, okay, I can do this. I can do this.
What about you, Ashley? You don't get out of the question.
I do. I think, just echoing what you guys said, I think that it's important for people that you respect, like to provide influence, but to not dictate the ultimate decision. So I appreciate hearing feedback if there are red flags, but I don't need to hear every little complaint that someone has because they're not dating them. That's not their problem.
You shouldn't yell at me about how I should be dating someone else.
I'm talking about.
I can't imagine my parents like crying over someone I'm dating to my face in the way that was put on for this production.
My mom's a crier, but I don't know if she would cry like that. I don't know.
Imagine how awful the person would have to be.
You talk about red flags. I saw a funny meme the other day. It was when you're in I don't know. It was something about like when you really love someone and you see these red flags. Those red flags look like Six Flags or something like that. I thought that was hilarious, and that's so true.
I definitely find myself doing that. I'll see something really funny on Twitter, and I go to like say it out loud, and I just butcher it. I'm like, never mind, forget it.
It's better. You had to read it. You had to see it. You should have been there. If you was there.
You should have been there. Going back to Shea, what you said though, relationships are about compromise. And you're not going to find someone that's like, well, what you did say is that, going back to having lifestyle choices or things that you align on, you're always going to compromise. You're not going to find someone that is a clone of you.
Never.
But how much compromise is too much compromise? Because I think Peter's brother was kind of pressing him on some of the lifestyle differences that him and Madison have in regards to their social life. Mm-hmm. But at what point is when is too much compromise? When is compromise too much? Compromise.
I have no answer for that.
One more time.
You see, I'm single. I have no idea. I don't know what's right or wrong these days. But
I mean, right or wrong.
I know what's right or wrong, but I just don't. I don't know what's too much compromise and what's not. But they do say opposites to attract, so you never know. So it's hard to say. That's a large scale. I think when it does come to too much or not enough, I think it's always based on religion, I feel like. Someone's religion beliefs and how they live their lifestyle. Those seem to be the ultimate not comparisons, but
Like deal breakers.
Deal breakers.
I feel like also in the midst of an election, politics.
Oh, yeah, right?
That is
I think
another-
more than ever now, politics for sure.
Well, they say you never talk about religion and politics
Yeah.
Or money.
or money. And it's like those are three, like,
I'm
key
talking about
things,
all of those.
right? If you're trying to, like, make a life with someone.
Maybe not off the first date, but maybe on the first.
Yeah,
Well,
like-
Let's
Get
talk
out of
about
the
what not
way.
to talk about on the first date.
I say don't talk about money on the first date. And I think it's okay to talk lightly about religion and politics.
I think it's okay to like talk about it enough to get a sense of like
Which
your
direction?
vague leanings in either regard, but maybe we don't need to like dive into like
Debate or push your beliefs
right,
on
like
someone.
how you felt about someone's SNL experience or something. Like we don't need to get that heated
Yeah.
that fast.
Anything else off the topic?
No,
No, that's it. Okay.
no, I'm sorry. Mike was, I don't know what he was saying.
I know
to me.
Mike is sitting behind me, so I have no idea what's
He's
going
Making
on.
faces.
doing funny faces back there.
Amazing. I guess kind of keep going along with the finale here. When we think back on everything that happened, are you guys satisfied with the ending? The silence it speaks for itself.
Silence is deafening.
I don't. Well, I think it's hard to say because I don't know. We don't know really where Madison and Peter stand. You know, they're gonna try to work some things out, so it's still kind of left up in the air. I'm happy for. I mean, I felt bad for Hannah Ann. I did. She's a strong woman and she knows how to handle herself well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing, the things she does in the future. But honestly, she's young though too. Like she has so much life to live before she even thinks about getting engaged. So maybe that was a blessing for her.
I know she's got some time before she's the next bachelorette.
I know,
I
right?
think is what you're saying.
We could do a shot on that. I bet she will be a bachelorette.
Oh my!
I
I
do
would.
too.
Yeah, I would love to watch her do that.
I say in about 2 years. Mike said 10. Yeah, right.
10. She's too old at 10.
Yeah,
Right?
2. I would say 2-3 years.
2-3 years. She'll be like 25.
I think those. Yeah.
Ish.
Because she doesn't seem, even though that's her age, she doesn't seem like a 22-year-old.
She's showing a lot of maturity.
And I don't think that'll be an issue.
Absolutely. Were you satisfied with the ending?
I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied for Peter to the extent that I feel like he would not feel satisfied unless he fully got to see this thing with Madison through, where it's like he had a connection with her from the very beginning. And as much as we can watch the show and be like, Hannah Ann was the obvious choice, whether they need to get engaged or not, like that relationship seemed like rock solid to all of us. I think we all saw that for him there was so much doubt there, or like at least so much curiosity about what could be there with Madison, that there would not have been. Like this was the most, with the exception of his lack of parental support, the most satisfying ending for him. As TV, absolutely not. As TV, it felt like the finale was a huge scramble. Like, I don't know, because I don't think I've watched the show. I know I haven't watched the show enough to know how much precedent there is here, but it seems like they're increasingly relying on action that happens after the Bachelor is over to manufacture drama, where it's like when the show ended, it was your fairly standard Bachelor season. It was a little spicy because Madison left, but otherwise it was like, okay, they got engaged and then they broke up. It happens. On with the Bachelor.
Right.
But instead they were like, well, we need something to make this, at least this, again, the cynic, they felt like we need something to make this more exciting. So they sent Chris Harrison on his little excursion to Alabama. They brought in Barb to get vocal in the audience. And I think I don't know, I was a little disappointed in how forced the finale felt. And after a season that I think sometimes, cycled through a lot of those like flashpoints of drama, it wasn't super satisfying on that.
I'm kind of going through some of the comments on our live stream here, and not a lot of love for Mrs. Weber.
People going in on her?
People, I don't want to say going in. However, it wasn't the kindest words in the world. Yeah. They're, here we go.
People are mean online.
Mariah,
They sure are.
quote, Peter's mom is a jerk.
She's not a jerk.
Horrible, horrible Bachelor. I was a fan until this mess. It seems people are a little upset with how this ended. And a lot of people think that the family element was too much. However,
it is bringing in something that they didn't previously. Like, it usually wasn't, if at least as I understand it, like, there were the hometowns, there was the meet the parents, but it wasn't like they didn't. It was definitely a change, a twist.
I said this as someone, again, who's always trying to make the show more enticing as a television program. Let's have overbearing parents involved from like day one, where it's just like a mom constantly like a Barb interfering in someone's relationship. That would make for such good TV.
I believe that was an MTV Jam called Date My Mom.
Date My Mom, yes, we did see that. But didn't they literally go on the date with the mothers?
Yeah, that's true. So is it parental control then? We were recently discussing MTV shows, and there are so many that involve parents. I'm sure the idea is there
Parental
somewhere.
control, I thought that was the one where like you were dating someone really shady, allegedly, to the parent, and they'd be like, we don't like her boyfriend, and then they set them up with 3 different people.
Oh, yeah, they tried
that?
to. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember, yeah.
Mrs. Weber
That
would
was the
actually love
shit.
to do that
So
because
good.
she doesn't love.
Right, oh my god, Mrs. Weber should bring back parental control.
That would
What
be
a
hilarious.
Bachelor spin-off. They should buy the rights to parental control, especially if they're casting 22, 23-year-old women on the show. Parents are very much involved. They're young. I also loved Next.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved watching Next. Do you remember that?
I
was a
remember
classic.
Next.
The big old bus. that
People
roll
getting
up.
right off the bus and getting next. How embarrassing. You know, people talk about being on the Bachelor, Bachelorette and getting sent home night one.
Oh, man.
How about you just step off the bus and your ass gets sent home right away? Like, my boys would talk so much shit about me if that happened.
That was the one where there was like monetary value on how long you lasted. Imagine having your worth quantified like that.
And there was like a little ticking like monetary clock in the bottom, so every minute you got $1.
Oh, that's
so
right,
people would get like
yeah.
$2, and it's like you lasted 2 minutes on the show. I just got a little message here. Did you guys ever watch I Love New York?
No.
I did.
There you go.
I did.
So I guess she had her mom on throughout the show.
Oh, my God. That
So
shit,
it's
that
been
shit was
done.
so crazy.
That's some good dating. We did a deep dive down the rabbit hole
Yeah.
of old dating shows for a little side project.
Is there
Keep
an
your eyes out for
MTV
that.
dating show of yesteryear that you would go on?
For me?
Yeah.
I would probably do like the challenge, and I would do that, right?
Alright.
That looks fun.
I don't think
I
that's
would
a
never
dating
do.
show.
Is it not? I would
I
never.
feel like it's like The Bachelor where they all end
that's
up
like they all
dating
date
each other anyway.
anyways.
Exes on the beach just scares the shit out of me.
That would be amazing.
Scares the shit out of me.
We're gonna send you a submission tape.
Hell no.
Yeah.
We have
That
a
is
casting
You're
director
gonna
terrifying.
need a call one day. You're just gonna like be on
Could
autopilot.
you
like,
imagine
think it's
just,
The
you know, you're
Bachelor.
going to this house and it's beautiful and you got beautiful people in there and you're just,
Yeah.
you know, vibing and your ex comes in
You
there?
go, what's that?
Oh my God. Especially like an ex that you had like
No.
issues with or something. Oh my gosh.
You're like, oh my god. Okay, so it sounds like you have a bad ex or multiple.
No, I'm not talking no shit about my exes. They're
You
lovely
just
ladies.
did subliminally.
I would
Wasn't
just
one
like
of
to have them in that
getting
situation.
spicy in your DMs the other week?
What's that?
Wasn't there the one that was DMing you and we read it
That
on
wasn't an
accident?
ex. That was just a random hookup.
Even
There's
better.
a difference, Shay.
There's a difference.
She wouldn't be invited to X
true.
on the beach.
She
yeah.
would not be allowed on there.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
That was funny though.
Going through the comments here, I feel like it really was a mixed bag. Was it, as Chris Harrison said, the most dramatic ending ever? I mean,
This all. It's
to me,
always
dramatic is like fist fight, people screaming, like ratchet, everyone going wild, and everyone
So I
just
guess
looks
it's
sad
perspective.
and disappointed. Is that dramatic?
I don't know. I didn't see this happening, so I guess it was. You're good at words, Shay. We talked about
Shay,
this.
translate our frustration.
I wish I had Shay in my pocket at all times. So I'm like, I need a word. What's this
it's like
word?
Siri, but it's Shay.
She's got like all these big
Shay.
words she uses.
Translate.
Thank
It
you.
was okay.
It was excellent. No, that's not. That's going the very much long. Now I'm on the spot. I'm going to lose all vocabulary that I ever had.
That's okay.
What was the question?
I don't know. I'm just reading the comments here on Peter's family, and Kathy says Peter needs to move far, far away. His family will sabotage them wherever they can.
That's terrible.
Now you know the Webbers.
I do know them. Not at all.
Do you think they were unfairly depicted to the entire country?
I think
as like overbearing family.
I think Peter's been living in his house for however long he is. She's attached to Peter.
Mm-hmm.
That's her baby boy, and it doesn't matter like who you are. Like when I don't know. Peter, he probably left for college but came back, and like she just feels so involved in his life like every day, and you know, it might just take time for her to, you know, break that whenever he moves out and moves on. But then I think she was just being protective of her little boy.
But does she need to be protective of how old is he, 27-year-old man?
Does she? Probably not, but it's just her instincts, motherly instincts. And can we really talk unless, like if you had a child right now, you might feel the same way.
Okay, don't play that card.
I'm just saying let's be fair. That's all I'm saying.
I think at a certain point, though, you gotta like push them out of the nest and like,
of course, but
trust them to fly.
Yeah,
you're not chewing their food and spitting it in their mouth. Like you push them out of the nest.
I know,
they get
but
their own
I mean,
worms.
a lot of times in Latin culture, though, a lot of people stay in the house until they get married.
You're right. I'm ignorant. Different cultures.
But you know, that's just how. And Peter's mom's from Cuba, so I mean, it's just how their family has always been. Yeah. But it's all perspective. Of course, in any of these shows, doesn't matter how the ending would be. Not everyone's going to be happy. Yeah. Not everyone's going to be sad. It's just going to be a mix of everything. So. Can't please everyone, and that's just how life is. And we have to take it that way.
I feel like her Bachelor fan jumped out too, where it's like we were just talking the other week with the Women Tell All about how people get way too worked up and in their emotions and in people's DMs with like the most aggressive of statements. And obviously she wasn't saying anything that cruel or mean, but it was still like she had the person that she wanted him to be with, and she felt really strongly about it, and it didn't go that way, and she was just like. You know, she's like upset. Any fan, she was having a hard time with it.
I know. I feel like most of our comments here are just agreeing. I want to give her the benefit of the doubt that, you know, she loves him. It came from a place of love and care. Yeah. And it just came off a little strong. Hey, but yeah, we got a lot here.
I tell you what, Latin women are very passionate.
Passionate, our favorite word
I've
on the podcast.
known that from...
our favorite word.
I've dated a Latina in my life, and she was a passionate lady, I tell you.
There you go.
So...
Wow, no.
And that's all I got to say about that.
I was going to unpack that a little bit, but here we go.
Follow-up questions?
Passionate. Yeah, I mean, in the comments here, and again, our Facebook comments are not indicative of the entire, everyone that watched, but it's a lot of like, I thought parents were supposed to love their children unconditionally. I would never do that to my son. He is a mama's boy. I can't believe he went against her. There's a difference. Yeah, there's a difference in being supportive and overbearing. Her behavior is unhealthy. And that seems to be the trend of all our comments here. So, I know. That face kind of says it all. So, no love for Barb.
I got love for you, Barb. I got love for you.
Maybe Barb should host the Bachelor Senior spinoff show.
I think she would be great, you know.
I think she would be awesome.
She's coming for Chris Harrison's job.
Right?
He can't possibly host them all. The man needs a vacation.
This man is killing it.
Is he that way? He like shows up once an episode.
These shows are all exactly. It's kind of a job.
They get a paycheck. Like you're killing it. I know,
but he's not overworked. So let's be honest.
He don't look. He's looking good on there.
Right?
He's looking younger, kind of. Yeah.
Relaxed. Has 2 kids, as we learned tonight.
Yeah, we learned tonight. He's like, as a father, and we both were like, what?
Yeah.
Do we know anything about him? So, man, I feel like I'm definitely intrigued now that the cat's out of the bag. Yeah. I think part of this is we usually know how the season's going to end, and Reality Steve kind of spiraled this week, if you will.
Yeah.
Because he didn't know how the season was going to end.
Thank God, though. I'm glad. Like, I'm getting so tired of spoilers.
Yeah.
Say that, but
This next one, I'm not going to watch any spoilers.
It's
I want it to be
hard to avoid them.
What was nice about this
I'm going to block them all.
And the fact that there weren't any spoilers is that you could do theories while knowing that nobody knew, like the spoilers weren't out there. So anytime you saw like an elaborate theory or whatever on Reddit, you knew it was just a theory. And like that ticked Reality Steve off to no end because I guess he was interpreting theories and spoilers as synonyms, which they're not. But I think it's fun. Like, fan theories are fun. You see it with shows like Game of Thrones and Westworld and whatever else. Like, it's fun to, like, see those things out. And then when they're true or they're right or there's a sliver of correct, it's like, oh, my God, I got it.
It's not fun when everyone knows, though.
Yeah.
So we got to let that play
out. And it's not fun when some people know. And then those people are like, I have a theory. And, like, they actually, like, know because they were the spoilers. And I don't know. So, yeah, like, I think it was kind of... I, for one, would be glad if his sources never come back. Which sounds so aggressive. Oh my God!
I'm gonna
manifest that.
I'm gonna be like the New York sign guy this year, and get a sign.
The cardboard
no
guy.
Spoilers.
Yeah. No spoilers on the Bachelor.
No spoilers.
We can do it here in Chicago.
I know.
We can
go
New York, right?
We could do that on Michigan Avenue.
There's so many corners that could be ours.
There's many corners in the city of Chicago.
There's
You're
a lot
right.
of corners out here.
You're right.
Shoot, I've worked a corner a couple. I'm joking. I have not. Never. I'm joking.
Everyone's got to make a living.
Okay.
Whatever you got to do. On that
I do
note,
have a question for the
go
group
ahead.
before we.
Yeah.
Who from Peter's season do you want to see more of in the Bachelor universe? So like on Bachelor in Paradise, as a future Bachelorette. I guess those are the two options right now. Like who do you want to not have seen the last of? That was a really poorly phrased question. Besides Kelley.
Who do we want to bring back? Obviously, we love Kelley.
Yeah.
Love Kelley.
She's on my list.
Who else was?
Hannah
Man,
Ann.
I need our sheet.
I know.
forget so many names.
Unfortunately, we had like a sheet of all the contestants, and I Sharpied them off every week. So
To keep it short, of course, like I would love to see more of Hannah Ann. I think she, you know, like we've talked about, strong young woman. I think she holds her own, and yeah, I vote her next Bachelorette after this year.
wow. Okay, that's it. No one else. Okay, here's a hot take. What about it doesn't work out for Peter? A third round of Peter.
I like just the one and done. So I don't know if even when the people wanted Hannah Brown to be, I like just the one and dones.
Okay.
Me though, I'm new to the Bachelor game, but I prefer a one and done.
Keep it fresh.
Here's a question
Keep
that
it
you may
fresh.
or may not be able to answer. Do Bachelor-related contracts like make you? Is there like a non-compete clause for other dating shows? Like, could Peter not go on an MTV show because he's
Well, he could after his contract's up.
okay?
Well, I don't know about the lead. You might have to be stuck. I don't know how that
It's
is.
like you cannot find love with someone else.
But as a
On someone
contestant,
else's show.
yeah, after my contract's up, I could do whatever. But
I would kind of hope that he would, you know.
I'm sure his contract's a little longer.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, also now that I've had time to sit on it, some of the Spitfires from this season, we had Sydney. She had some personality to her, right? Sydney.
I could see her.
I'm
on
catching
Paradise.
some eyes going on behind me. I don't know what that's
I don't know.
about.
Sydney's really cute.
There you go.
I think she's a sweet, cute Southern
She's a
girl.
sweet, cute.
Sweet, cute Southern girl.
Words.
Sydney's cute.
Noted. Shea,
I
translate.
wouldn't mind to see more of Sydney.
She's a cutie.
See, there you go. So we got to vote for Sydney in the group. I knew that'd get one. There it is.
All right, we're done with this. We're
No,
questioning who we
you're
want to see.
not. That was too easy.
We're done. We have any questions for Big Mike over there?
Mike, tradition on the podcast, if you want to indulge yourself. We have a fun tradition of opening our DMs here.
Oh,
Would you
man.
like
Oh, it's a fascinating.
I know mine are crazy. Just tell a funny story, Mike. Give a funny story.
Yeah. We don't open them. I don't need to open them.
we
She
don't. Yeah.
opened mine. That was good.
This is a
You gave
safe
it to her.
space.
You gotta get to the mic though. I gotta get approved from ABC.
Ah,
Oh,
boo.
For the
That's okay.
DMs.
It's okay.
You ain't shit, Mike.
Unfortunate.
ABC
Whatever.
owns the DMs.
The DMs.
I know his DMs must be crazy.
He's giggling in the corner. He knows.
He knows there's some good stuff.
There's some good
I
stuff.
know if mine's good. I know shit.
Okay.
Shit, Mike.
Mike, here's the question though. Give me a thumb. Is it sent or received? What are the crazier messages?
Like,
Like,
what does that mean?
I took back the thumbs up. I was trying
Yeah,
to,
that
he's
was
not on the
it.
microphone.
Like sent or received?
What are the crazier messages? The one you get or the one you receive back? Or no, the ones you
Send
send. Yeah.
Oh, I'm
thank
sure
you.
the ones he receives.
Okay, well, you're not Mike. I was
I
asking
already,
him.
I already know.
You already know. Is that true?
Well, listen to my brother.
I know.
Oh, okay. We love the DM. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately,
Ashley
we really
loves the
I
DMs.
love the DMs. I'm
She's
so nosy.
intrigued by the DM. Let's see what we
I
got.
Anything
really
good
like to
this
know
week?
what gets a response. Like of all the crazy things that end up in your DMs, what actually?
Well, you gotta have
Funny?
I like funny. A funny DM is always good, you know?
Yeah.
I don't reply to nudes. I look at the nudes.
Yeah, we know your
but
nudes
I don't
face.
reply. But something funny is good, but also like it's kind of nice to see who you're talking to. So if your page is on private, I don't want to have a conversation with someone that I don't know what's going on. I don't know what person you are. I don't know this or that. And so again, if your account is private, why is it private? Who are you hiding from? What do we have to hide?
Employers, parents, I don't know.
Why can't we be real?
I
So
agree with
it's like
you.
if-
I know some people are teachers, and so therefore, like, what's your occupation? You don't want to see your stuff.
Yeah,
Students
so,
need to know.
Yeah, so we're coming
Students
from
need
the,
to know. Teachers are up to.
the peanut gallery.
That might be true, like,
Teachers do
yeah.
that a lot.
Dang, I
We
feel
have a
sorry for
comment
y'all.
here, though. Mike and Sydney would be precious. Heart eye emoji.
I don't like that. I mean, what? Huh?
No other comments here about that, but I'm just going to put that out
the word on
into
that.
the universe. Yeah.
Everyone thinks Mike would look cute with everybody. They're just up.
Is there some tension in the friendship?
Yeah, forget Mike. Forget Mike. I have a funny story.
Okay,
I
tell
have
me
a funny story. Wait, what's
Look at them.
Oh.
You guys.
I have a funny story. So I was in Tampa Bay. I was in Tampa one weekend, and I was there for my buddy's wedding, and we were going to do bottle service at this pool party because I was going to buy him a bottle for his wedding, and we did so. And before we got there, our host lady was talking to the girls from the cabana next to us and telling them, oh yeah, that black guy is going to be here from, the Bachelorette. And they were getting so excited, like, oh my God, I can't wait. And then they see me and they said, that's not Mike. They were so disappointed that I wasn't Mike. I was like, God damn.
Oh, that's, I don't,
I
like,
ruined
I
it.
have nothing to say.
I ruined their day.
I have nothing to say
I
other
ruined
than
their
like,
day.
Didn't that happen with Clay? Where
That
he
happened with
tweeted
Clay,
something where he
too.
was in the gym and they were
Yes.
like, oh,
Yeah. Clay told, yeah.
there can only be
man.
one. That's ridiculous.
Be like Mike, I tell you what.
Damn, I'm so
No.
sorry that happened.
I love Mike.
that's tough.
I love Mike. I've been talking shit to Mike since day one, since I met him, I
That's
think. We
good.
walked in the house, we just started talking shit, and that's how we vibe.
The sincerest,
that's
like,
adorable.
right? That's how you know it's real.
Yeah.
That's like true love.
If you don't talk shit to your friends, are you really friends?
I agree.
Absolutely not.
Unless it's like an HR thing.
Like, I will shit on my friends. Like, I will shit on you. I will bring you down,
Oh,
but also lift you up. But,
Right.
that's it's all about balance.
all about
Such is
balance.
life.
Yeah.
Shit talking is a love language.
It is my love language for sure. Guys, we're wrapping up here. Any other takeaways from the not only the finale but Peter's season as a whole? No.
This is my first Bachelor season that I've watched from start to finish. I've watched beginning episodes, I've watched ending episodes, I've watched middle episodes, and now I've seen a full season.
Yeah.
So this is a personal landmark.
I'm just happy that Peter is done with it, and he could finally live his life and be free. And
Seems like he is too.
yeah. So yeah,
Do you have any plans to hang out with Peter in the near future?
I'll probably see him next month. Maybe a couple. I'll be in LA doing the race, and I have a boxing match.
I'm sorry.
charity.
Wait, what race? What
I'm doing the
boxing
half
match?
marathon, and
Plug yourself.
Let's plug. So I'm doing the half marathon with a lot of Bachelor
a full
Nation
one?
people. Yeah, not a full one. I need some
You
time
guys
for
did the
that.
full marathon here though, right?
We did. Yeah, that was crazy. I have a charity boxing match that's in LA.
I'm sorry.
So-
When? Why?
It's for charity, So
Are you gonna win?
yeah, I'm gonna win. Shit, I hope so. I just don't want to get knocked out. I don't care if I lose, but as long as I don't get knocked
Is it
out.
other
Alright.
people that we would recognize?
It's gonna be through Bachelor Nation
Okay.
throughout the years. I don't know who they are. So
Oh my
it's
God.
just- there's so many people, but yeah, I'm sure I'll see them. And also, for anyone that's watching, I started a new cooking show on my Instagrams called Herd Chef, and I'm going around Chicago for the top chefs, teaching me something that they know about cooking, and it's interesting and fun. And I hope you guys tune in.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
So don't get hurt boxing. When is
Don't
the
get
boxing
punched in
match?
the face.
It's in April.
April.
I've been
Is-
training a little bit.
I've seen it on Instagram. I just
Yeah.
thought it was like you just like, trying to be fit and like
Trying to be
humble
fit.
brag
I'm
on
trying
Instagram.
not to get knocked out.
Right,
I'm
no,
trying, trying to protect his face. Shit.
Battle of the Bachelor. Is that what this is called?
Yeah. Wait, Battle of the Bachelors.
That's a 2019 post. I don't know how much I
my
trust.
goodness. Have you ever
TMZ, but
boxed
we're
before?
clicking.
With friends, not like
Not for real.
recreationally
real.
like this. Yeah.
That's a
Oh my god.
Been in a couple fights.
Good for you. Is it going to be streamed anywhere? Do you know?
It will be streamed. So yeah.
Okay.
I'll give it to you guys for sure.
Okay, so you'll put it out on your socials.
I'll put it on my
It's
social
more
for
the
everyone to
fans,
watch.
You know?
It's for the fans to
For the
watch.
fans. We want to let them
I
know
need
when you
everyone's
are.
support.
All right, Shea, before we wrap this up, do you want to do your superlatives?
Oh, I do. Yes.
No, you love your
I
superlatives.
do. Love a yearbook
So
inspired.
the first one you
event.
have here is biggest villain of the season.
Yeah.
The entire season. Biggest villain,
You know, I gotta go. Victoria. F.
Victoria F. Biggest
Yeah.
villain.
I
For
was
sure.
gonna go with a catty one, and then I decided to go with Victoria F.
Okay. I
Not gonna be.
think that's a great choice.
Shitty.
I almost want to say Peter is the biggest villain.
That
Like, he
was
could
the
not get
one-
out of his own way this whole
That
season.
was the one that I was gonna say, and then I was like, you know what? No, hold back.
Yeah, like no, it's not that he's a villain. I just think he was his own biggest
You have
enemy.
to want to be a villain to be a villain.
I don't think so.
How could you accidentally be a villain?
Peter.
He's not a villain. He was just.
He couldn't get out of his own way.
I don't know. I don't want to put any villain spots on anybody again because of the 2 shows ago where people were really like taking this villain
Yeah.
stuff very serious. But someone that was probably most problematic,
Okay.
I would say Victoria P.
P or F?
F. Whoops.
F.
Victoria P was kind of.
She was a
She
villain
also
at the
was a little
moment.
sus.
I didn't like
don't
that
know.
lying. I didn't like that lying
Right,
shit.
the lying.
I can't be with a liar.
She came in with this incredible life story, and then she was full of shit.
Yeah, we can't do it.
I
We
don't
don't
know.
mess with liars, but
All right, on the other end of that spectrum, the hero of the season.
Hannah Ann.
Yeah, I was gonna say we love Kelley, but I think Hannah Ann really, especially with the finale tonight and her like standing up for herself and like kind of telling Peter how it was. I was like, yeah, good for you, girl.
Okay.
Live your best life.
Okay. I was going to say I was not particularly entertained by this season, and I loved watching Barb tonight. So she saved the season for me. Barb saved the season, and her little nugget of her crying, like teasing that for weeks, kept me invested. So Barb is my hero. I loved her, being vulnerable in front of the
We
camera.
love Barb.
Barb looks like a good time, and like an
Yeah.
honest, loving mom. I
Yeah.
can get it past the little
She's
eye
loyal.
roll.
She's loyal.
She's a rat. You could tell.
She's
She was,
loyal.
Are you on her good side?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You hesitated a little. Okay.
I have no reason to be on her bad side.
I mean, that's what you think.
Barb, you're not mad at me, are you? Barb? Are you
Barb,
mad
I was like, Barb.
Are you mad at me? Don't be mad at me.
Barb? She doesn't
No.
know about the that thing.
What thing?
The thing you know.
There's no thing, Barb.
There's no thing.
There's
Barb,
nothing,
love
Barb.
you. And favorite moment from the season.
Man, I'm trying to think.
Guys,
It's
you
long.
think on it. I already know what mine is. Night 1, that cow
Oh,
coming
That cow
in.
was cute.
Ashley P, I believe was
Ashley
her
P,
name.
the
My
cow.
girl, Ashley P.
Emotional support.
Favorite moment. It was a high, and the rest of the season just.
I'm also going with an early days choice, and I believe it was Kelley when they were supposed to be doing the, like the swerving or whatever, like the obstacle course thing, and she just went dead straight. And I can't remember what your exact quote was about cheating, but it was like, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
And that was that, and the snitches line was like the themes of the season.
Snitches get stitches.
And I think you could probably make the case that I won't right now, but that in some way Madison did play a. I don't know. I'm losing the plot, but yeah. I feel like
It was a long season.
There's a theme there that I could tie to Madison's victory in Barb, but it's late, so we're gonna move on.
And I'll have to say, I think the thing that I cracked up the most was that damn champagne.
Oh,
Champagne gate. That was hilarious. And then when that happened, when I heard that, I was just cracking up so
in the
hard.
distance, and everyone was like,
Because
"Do
you
do champagne?"
knew,
like it was
man.
thunder.
Even
or
though all that
something.
was dragged out so long, that was so hilarious.
And when she drank the exploding bottle.
Yeah.
Long live the memes.
Yeah.
Kelsey's whole arc was delightful.
She was a treat.
Highs, lows, wine stomping, and grape stomping in Iowa. Everything.
Oh my god, I forgot about the grape
A
stomping.
family that looked entirely identical.
Well, we survived the season.
We did indeed.
Peter maybe found love. I still don't really know how the season ended tonight.
Fingers crossed.
But it ended. But our podcast will not. We are still going to, we're going to ride this out with Bachelor
Yeah.
Nation. We're going to be doing podcasts for Listen to Your Heart.
Yes.
The Bachelorette. Bachelor in Paradise. We're just going to keep it going. We also have a couple interviews lined up with special guests as we are in limbo between the different episodes of Bachelor spinoffs.
Yeah,
So
check in with us before April 13th. We will still be talking about Bachelor things, and if not Bachelor things that are hopefully relatable and interesting to Bachelor fans.
yeah, there's no shortage of it.
I think we need to get a senior citizen in here for Bachelor seniors.
Oh my God, Bachelor Seniors.
yeah.
The one I'm most
We
excited
have to
for.
get a
How do
real
we
senior
get Barb
citizen.
in here? Barb is a co-host.
You got the connect for
I think I
Barb?
can call Barb up.
All right, I'll
A
DM
guest
Barb.
episode? Yeah.
Okay, Barb. We call
I
Pete's
love-
dad, Peter. Call
Oh my
him
God, the
up.
Webbers, a day with the Webbers it's like a fever
That'd
dream
be
for me.
Delightful.
Amazing. So we're gonna stick it out. We're gonna be talking things, Love is Blind, all that fun stuff. We've been doing the dating rounds, all the trash TV that we love to
Just
act
the
like we don't
shows, though.
watch.
I'm so excited for Listen to Your Heart. I
Listen
can't
to
tell
Your
you how
Heart.
much I'm excited for
We're gonna
this.
pull back all the clips.
And
of
I
you
don't know
singing.
anybody from there too, so it's
I
actually
think that's
really
the
great.
best part, right? Everyone's like, hell yeah, strangers singing drama.
I'm
We
excited.
love it. So we appreciate you guys listening in to us all season long. It's been a thrill. We hope you continue to listen. Follow us on Twitter. Give us a like, Spotify, iTunes, all those fun stuff. You know the drill. Listen, like, subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
See ya.